Hello. So, in this episode, I wanted to say, but I'm gonna play some tunes that are not. People probably won't like it, but it's quite hard on your. Well, not on your speakers, but it's hard to not make a complete mess of it. And it's a all-time favorite from me, at least. It's a Commando. Not because it's a good movie, because it isn't, of course. But when I was 12, I thought it was, of course. So this one. Good movie? No, not at all. I mean, come on. It's like muscles and bullshit. I like both. But the music, composed by James Horner, is kind of special in terms of I've never heard any soundtrack that is kind of the same. And I've listened to a lot of soundtracks. Scores, actually, I must say. Soundtracks are usually bands that are coupling a number on a movie and they both hope to benefit from it. But this is written for the movie to enhance the movie experience. And this is something special. It uses a lot of pan flutes, probably artificial, I don't care. Probably everything is artificial, but if it's not, well, yeah, maybe someone can tell me. But I've never heard it before in this kind of setup. It's a lot of, rhythmic stuff and pan flutes and also saxophone, which is also not a common thing to use in a score. So it's kind of weird. And if you all combine them, it's getting messy. Another thing is that there's a sort of a effect that is coming through in like every song, which I've never heard before as well, in another score. Usually scores sound sort of the same, actually. They do the same tricks, use the same instruments, etc. Commando and Terminator 2 are both kind of different in that way. So I think it's funny, especially because the movie is kind of shitty. But well, it is fun, and there's a drinking game for it as well, because there's a lot of movie mistakes in there, especially with cars and such, and jumping things, special effect things for grenades and such. Well, anyhow, I'll spare you the details, but. We're gonna listen to Soldier Gets Pitchforked. And it's a good title. And it's a real messy song. And I think if your speaker can handle this without being like completely all over the place, I think you're good to go. So yeah, let's go for it. And it's gonna be on loud volume. I think it's kind of the maximum, at least my amplifier can do. And probably the woofers as well, and probably the ESLs as well. It's gonna be around 90 dBs at listening position, so it might not be much for some. It is for me. And for my neighbors, I guess. Let's give it some juice, like a lot. There we go, and I'm gonna split from the room because it's loud. That's the wrong song too. I lied. It is 17, yeah. Sorry. So the title is actually Matrix Climbs Up a Bank. Oh. Up bank. Okay. Good enough for me. There's like 24 titles on this thing, so, and they all start kind of the same with the same effect. There we go. Yeah, I still am gonna split the room. There we go. every speaker managed to do that. And all tracks start kind of the same. I'll show you real quick, just because it's fun. They either begin with like percussion or the same sort of effect. It's always this slap thing. Percussion. Slap thing. Slap thing. Not the slap thing, but well, typical Commando, but percussion, percussion, combination, percussion. So it is really, if you want to test speakers, if they get muddy with a lot of different stuff altogether, I think this might be a must-have, even if you don't like it. Terminator 2. Why? Well, I kind of like the movie, to be honest. And I think the method the composer used is quite funny, especially for its time. It is like it's sounding like really chemical, weird stuff. There are some videos about decomposing the composition, sort of, and apparently it is normal sound mostly. Although it doesn't sound like this, but apparently it's some sort of drum computer sampler from the 90s, late 80s, I think, and he used it very often in like slow motion, sort of, so it all gets like nasty sounding. But that's actually what the soundtrack makes the soundtrack, and it's really a sound that is being coupled to the character the Terminator in the movie. Not even the, you know, you got the good one and the bad one in Terminator 2, but yeah, it's funny. This song is called Escape from Hospital, Sarah, that is. And since she is there all the time, since Terminator 1, I think, because everyone thought she was nuts, for her, there is no good or bad Terminator. It's just a Terminator, and it's bad in general. So it's funny that they use the sort of sound to introduce the Terminator. Either it's bad or good, it's just an assumption. Yeah, really nice thing. Oh, I bumped the camera again. Oh, it's still okay. But it is kind of recorded, and well, it is funny. Well, it is electronic, that's for sure. There's no nothing. There's no voice, nothing. But well, anyhow, I really like it. But of course, I'm not gonna listen to it all day. But every now and then, I tend to listen to this kind of stuff. The same goes for Das Boot. Really nice. The theme is insanely good, but it's not like you're gonna listen to it like daily. But you know, it does its job in the movie like really good. So that's what I like about scores. This recorder is almost empty, so give it a little clap. A way too loud clap, actually. Let's go. This is gonna be loud and heavy. This is cool, I think. This sound is trumpets or something, but slowed down. Wouldn't say. And it is the sound that is coupled to the Terminator. funny thing is, with so much detail, I can even hear like, you know, sample faults and such. So that's kind of funny. If it becomes a complete mess, well, then you know. Well, thanks for watching, and thanks for enduring my crappy taste of scores and movies, apparently, when I was 12. See you around.